Unity Church of El Cajon welcomes you. Thank you for joining us for Transformational Tuesday.
So sit back, relax, and let's get started. I was thinking about the shepherds that we were talking about last year in the Christmas story. And I was remembering this story that I heard about 20 years ago from the Reverend Sky St. John, the late Reverend Sky St. John from Hawaii. And it was such a powerful story. He talked about how that Jesus in the book of John called himself the Good Shepherd, and he called us to feed his sheep. Well, what does that mean? And he went on to say that in ancient times, there were powerful people that were shepherds, including Daniel, the king, who, as a shepherd boy, was a sheep herder. And that sheep herder, he was the one that wrote the 23rd Psalm, which is famous. And as a shepherd boy, they were all very important people. And that as a shepherd, they knew all their sheep. They could take care of about 100 sheep. And the sheep were innocent and pretty focused individuals that were mostly in the now and chomping on a clump of grass and would wander off. And so the shepherd needed to not only know all their names, but to keep track of them. And they didn't use them as food. They got the wool and the milk from them. So they had an ongoing relationship of caring with the sheep. And so Jesus is telling his people about this shepherd situation. He says, I don't longer want you to be the sheep. I want you to be the shepherd, and you need to find your flock. And they're like, what is he talking about? And they had no idea. And so it turns out that when they did a little bit more study, they figured out that he was talking about all creation. And so the question is, if we're called to not only trust the shepherd for all our needs, that all of our needs for whatever in this life is being needed is met. And if we're called to be the shepherd to a flock, then who is our flock? And I just wondered what you thought about that. He basically says, when you find your flock, that's where joy is.
Well, I'd like to comment on that. It sounds as if finding the flock is finding love, is finding gratitude, is finding compassion for anybody. So each person you share that with is your flock. It's easy to be kind and loving to family, but sometimes it's more challenging to be understanding and forgiving of those in the flock. But I think what he's saying is that's just as important. So that's what I took from it.
Yeah, I get that too.
I had never heard that story like that before. So I'm still trying to assimilate a little bit about the flock. I see where God takes care of me. And so what he's asking me to do is to go into service, to be of service to other people. And that's my flock. And my experience of being kind to family is different than Cathy's, because sometimes it was easier for me to be kind to other people I didn't know because I knew what my family had done. You know what I mean? So, but that's being raised in different worlds. But it's still, I'm called to hold that as part of my flock. And I do feel like that we vibrate, those people vibrate to us. Those people that need to hear our message will hear our message. And as long as we keep doing it and being true and following the path that was led for us, and being maybe somehow it almost sounds like a mediator between the lost and the Lord. You know what I mean? Just being the halfway point, they can go, okay, I can believe in a person and how this person cares for me, and then that takes them to the next step as well. I don't know, but it's interesting to think about. You've given me food for thought.
And I look at it a little bit differently. And I believe that each and every one of us, while we're here on earth in physical form, learns to find our way through a particular darkness. And once we have found our way along that path, we're able to hold a light over that path that people in that same kind of darkness or one similar enough are able to see and understand and come towards. So for me, my flock are the people who are walking a path that I can hold the light on and help them find a way, perhaps the same way that I have found, and perhaps a new and unique way for them. It's out of my control, of course. I am just a holder of that light, an embodiment of that light to lead them if they're lost or looking. And I would, if you don't mind, invite us to kind of take this deeper into a moment of prayer and contemplation. So sit back, become aware of the breath moving through your body, knowing that you have purpose. And gently, easily breathe in and know that you are necessary. There are people looking to you and through you. And take a breath. Not only is the Lord your shepherd, but the Lord has created you to be that shepherd, that path, that gateway for those around you. As we go deeper into relaxation, let us be aware that our voice, our thoughts, our being are essential. We are one with the world. We are one with the Creator, and we are one with one another. As we reach out our hand to help another, our hand is also being helped in a circle of oneness. I invite you to take that circle into your heart and open your eyes and enjoy an amazing transformational Tuesday.
Thank you, Linda. That was awesome.
Thank you. We'll see you guys next week.
Yes.
All right. God
Bye.
bless. Be healthy.
Unity Church of El Cajon welcomes you. Thank you for joining us for Transformational Tuesday.
So sit back, relax, and let's get started.